Denver, a downtown, like truly.
15 years from now, I believe Denver, Colorado won't look anything like it currently is, because this River Mile Walk is going to be its own like sub-city separate from downtown. And then right down the road, you're going to have this stadium district with the Broncos. I mean, for your kids, for Phil and my Owen and Mia.
It's going to be beautiful.
I mean.
And they're cleaning up downtown. We talked about earlier, like Denver needs to heal. There's a lot going on downtown, a lot of bad. All right, you're walking through the streets. Not everything's bad, but you're walking through the streets and you feel unsafe in certain areas. That has to be cleaned up. All right, everybody deserves to be able to walk downtown and say, hey, like, I feel safe. I feel like it's something that we could do with our families. We talk about it all the time. It's hard to want to get down there and just walk around because you don't know what's around the corner.
Correct.
Which is very scary.
Yeah, there's certain pockets that are just scary. Zombies, tweakers. You know, the Jeepers and the Creepers.
Jeepers, Creepers.
So, yeah, and that's just, so the city does still have an issue, and it's not just Denver. It's a handful of American cities. Could really go down a different path there, and I'm not going to. But this is huge news. Huge. And the retractable roof, the potential for a Super Bowl. Like a Super Bowl, if they build this thing, Super Bowl is coming to Denver. Super Bowl is coming to Denver.
Super Bowl is coming to town. The draft will be here.
Sure.
Like it's going to be used, that the stadium will be used year round. They're going to be, Greg Penner and the ownership group are going to be making a ton of money as time goes on.
Yep. And so the Final Four could come here. WrestleMania could come here because you're adding a destination venue to an already destination city. That's what Denver is. People come from all around the world to ski the Rocky Mountains. People come from all around this country to visit Denver, Colorado. And now when you add the king sport in the NFL and you make a destination venue, it just feels like all things are possible here. And now this is going to be privately financed, all right, which we speculated about for a very long time. The wealthiest ownership group in the history of the NFL is not going to turn around to their new community, by the way, still new.
Still getting to know us.
And ask for tax dollars. That's just what's not going to happen. The floor for the cost of the stadium and the district, the floor, Phil, is $4 billion. My guess is by the end of construction, I worked construction for 3 summers, and it doesn't matter if you're doing local construction or something like this. It always takes longer and is always more expensive. My guess is if the floor and the aim is around $4 billion, wouldn't shock me at all if by the final price tag, it's $6 billion.
But think about how much they're going to make later on. Like they'll make it back.
Of course.
They will make it back. It's an investment. But almost $6 billion, if what you say is true, which is true, it's going to cost a little bit more money, and there may be a couple setbacks. $6 billion, $4 to $6 billion is the floor?
Yeah. So the floor, what did the Broncos sell for? Was it $3.76 billion? Was it something like that? I thought it was just south of $4. Just south of $4 billion. Drew will look it up here. So this... Oh, 4.65. Okay, so it's just south of 5. Okay, my guess is, based on what we just found out, 4.65. My guess is that the cost for the new stadium will be more money than the ownership group actually paid for the Denver Broncos when they bought them, which is crazy to think about. Now, if you remember when we were talking about this a month ago or 2 months ago, remember the community group was like, there's historical stuff there, but the Historical Society didn't deem it historical enough to make it a historical preservation.
Yeah,
and
you like to downplay it. You Drew, everybody else downplayed it.
I mean, yeah. No,
history is there. I had to second guess myself. I said, let me see what kind of history is there.
Well, I just said, I've never heard anyone mention Burnham Yard. The text line, we asked the text line, the RamosLaw.com text line. No one was referencing Burnham Yard. You're a native. Drew's a native. I never saw anyone there. I never heard it mentioned. So anyway, but what I remember saying at the time is there is a balance here that you can incorporate some of the past. And I don't care if it's using the same bricks from an old building and working it into new bricks and just a hat tip to the past. That Burnham Yard is older than I believe Denver actually is. And so you can honor the past in a hat-tipping manner, and it sounds like they're going to do exactly that, Phil. It sounds like they have this like diesel locomotive shop from decades ago, and they're going to use that sort of framework for a new building and keep the foundation and, you know, stuff like that. So I think that is good. Greg Penner said this a district, it'll be a mix of housing, office, retail, and entertainment. The goal is to create something that is active on game day, but also the rest of the year, end quote. So this is how it is in Atlanta with the Battery or the Deer District in Milwaukee. It's like there's no game there. Perfect. Less traffic when we go to dinner at the Italian restaurant that's in the district.
Entertainment, man. I wonder what that's going to look like other than just we know what's going to happen on the field. Like you go into the stadium, you're going to have entertainment. But the district, what's going to be a part of that district, the entertainment there? Maybe a casino. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows? I'm just putting it out there. Black Hawk it's a ways up there.
It is.
You put a casino right there.
I wouldn't mind a casino downtown.
I mean, yeah, you know, probably get in trouble, but.
Maybe. Maybe.
Hit me.
The mayor said the new district will be at least 3 times the economic impact of the current Mile High. So that's good revenue for the city, right? For the health of Denver. Penner also said, quote, it will have all the bells and whistles. Imagine that. Like this is someone worth $80 billion letting you know in advance this stadium is going to have all the bells and whistles. The Broncos are going to have the best of the best. And I think that we're going to be the beneficiaries of it as a fan base. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Uh-oh. There's always a but.
You know where I'm going?
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
I told you guys about 3 weeks ago that I heard a whisper from one of the most improbable sources, and it wouldn't even make sense to you if I communicated it, that the Broncos are going to help pay for all this through personal seat license. And PSLs have become commonplace around American sports, but especially football, NFL stadiums, where I believe it is 20 of the 32 teams are now
more than half
having personal seat license. So I would just continue to
do you think it's fair?
Prepare yourself for Warren season ticket holders. There could be a hefty charge to buy that seat.
Is it fair?
And then in addition to paying for the season tickets. I don't think it's necessarily fair. That's not an adjective I would use to describe it, but I would also say if we're going to say that, it's not fair.
We're getting everything we want and more.
Where is life fair? Where is life fair? They are not charging the community. Your parents don't have to pay for it. Dante doesn't have to pay for it. But the fans who want to be there the most, you will pay. You will pay. And that dynamic was conveniently left out of all the news today. And I'm just telling you in advance. When you hear that news, whether it's next year or 3 years from now, remember where you heard that first.
Leave it at that.